Welcome to Don't Quote Me on That. One day we will have an intro, but today is not that day.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Kalina.
And I'm Eleanor.
And welcome back to Don't Quote Me on That, where we kind of talk about movies.
Almost.
Oh, Happy New Year. I was going to say we should revamp the motto for the new year, but we're already here, so it's too late now.
Yeah, no, we'll do that next year.
Yeah. If we make it that long.
Yeah, Kalina might kill me.
I did say in the last episode it was a miracle. We made it through the entirety of 2023, and I don't think we skipped a week.
Really?
You skipped a lot of weeks.
I skipped a lot of weeks, but I'm proud of
but
you.
As the show didn't skip any weeks.
But what are we talking about this week?
We are talking about 2023 because it just ended and it's never too late to look back, you know? So we're just recapping what our best of, what's the word I'm looking for? Our best medias of the month,
Yeah.
Our favorite media picks of the year, not month, the year. I could have explained that better, but that was the best I could come up with.
It's fine. It's easy enough to pick up on. I realized, okay, so for most of these, we're doing things that were released this year, which is
Yes.
kind of hard for me, and also I think for Kalina.
Yep.
So what happened is I spent way too long trying to figure this list out, and then I scrapped the one I spent a couple of days on, and I made another one in 2 minutes. So I think I'm gonna
You're
go.
like, that'll work?
Yep, I'm doing that because if I keep thinking about it, I'm gonna go insane. So
I'm very grateful for your work because I mean, to be honest, this is probably the list I would have come up with as well.
I think we're gonna have zero overlap. I think I could put money on that. I think we'll have no overlap.
I would guarantee it.
Yeah.
There's one that I'm iffy on, but I've seen your Spotify Wrapped, so I think we're fine.
Yeah. There's even in general, I think there's only one that we could both agree on.
Yeah.
Maybe two, but that's only if we're lying to ourselves.
We do that frequently, and to each other.
Yeah. So maybe two then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we might be surprised because every time we think we're going to have overlap, we don't. And when we don't think we're going to have overlap, we do. So maybe we'll shock ourselves.
I don't know. I really
don't think so. I'm pretty set we won't.
Yeah. Do you want to get us started, or do you want me to go first?
I'll get us started.
Okay. Kalina,
just like
what was
I got
your
this show
favorite
started.
album?
Favorite album released this year, I think will shock 0 people. It is Rush by Måneskin.
What? No way. That came out this year?
Yeah. It was like the first thing that came out, and I still listen to it, which I think, if nothing else, that makes it my favorite. But I can't think of too many albums I've listened to this year that also came out this year. There may be a couple singles here and there, but not full-on albums. Don't break your brain. It got released in January. It was I want to say the 19th or the 20th. I'm not crazy. I just remember that because we recorded about it. So it was the 19th or the 20th it came out.
Well, no. If I knew that was this year, that could have.
That was where I thought we would have the only crossover. But I was I've seen your Spotify Wrapped, so I wasn't positive.
You know what? I'm okay. Sorry. Keep going.
Yeah,
it was a lot for
me. Was that I really liked it. I was looking forward to the album coming out so we could talk about it because we'd heard their singles. We liked them, so I thought it would be a good album. But I was really shocked by how much I liked it, and I still listen to it today. And then they released the deluxe version last month, I want to say. Actually, technically 2 months ago. I think it was in November it came out. Mm-hmm. And the songs off of that are also bangers. And it's not very often I find we talk about this a lot about albums being too long and maybe saving songs for the deluxe. And for me personally, I don't think the deluxe album version are the songs from the deluxe portion of the album should necessarily be better than the songs that were on the original. Does that make sense? I think they should be like songs that didn't necessarily fit, that are good, equally good, but didn't necessarily fit the whole vibe very well. But here I thought that the deluxe version, they were like really good. They fit the vibe very well. It's probably just like a matter of number of songs on the track listing.
There's been a couple albums that have come out and then their deluxe versions have just like been so much better that it makes me angry.
Anyway, it was Rush. I don't have a lot of thoughts.
No, I mean, Rush is a really solid pick. I was also like very pleasantly surprised by how much I liked it. I also still listen to it. I think I could put, now that I know it was released this year, I could put that solidly, like, probably my second favorite album of the year.
Yeah. I think, like, it held up well. It wasn't, like, a lot of times, like, they'll have, like, a good single, and I can't remember what the singles off this album were, but they have, like, a good single, and they're, like, riding the popularity off of a song, but the song was a cover, to be fair. But just, it held up really well. I thought it had a really good opener, a really good closer. Narratively, it was really well done. Thematically, really well done. I genuinely just didn't have any notes to give. And then, they're Italian and playing rock and roll. And I don't think you can go wrong with those two things.
No, you really can't. I think, for me, for the benefit of the listeners, when Kalina said that album was released this year, I had like a good solid 30-second freak out trying to reconcile that information. But I've decided. I think part of the reason I'm choosing... Do you have more to say, or are we...
No.
Okay. Part of the reason I'm choosing this one over Rush and over some of the other ones that were in the running is I don't skip any songs from this album when I play it. Like when I drive to music, that's how I consume it the most. And with Rush, sometimes there are songs I have to skip because I can't drive to them. With this album, there aren't those songs.
That's fair.
Also, I don't think this is surprising if you watched the Spotify Wrapped episode. My favorite album of the year is Something to Give Each Other by Troye Sivan. Shock. Part of the reason this is my favorite album of the year is it goes from a song called Still Got It on track 5, and then track 6 is a song called Can't Go Back, Baby. And I think I haven't made you listen to this because I'm keeping it for... I feel like I'd have to do something real big in exchange for having you listen to this song.
Come visit me?
Yeah. Or, like, listen to the entirety of an Eagles album again. I'd have to do something big to get you to listen to this one. But going from track 5 to track 6, I think, is the most brilliant thing that has happened in any album I listened to this year. Just because... when I will make you listen to this, so you'll get it, but going with that one.
That's solid. I figured it was going to be that. That's why I thought album was the only thing we would have crossover on.
Oh, that's not what I knew we wouldn't.
But that was because I was like, I know she liked this album, but I saw your Spotify Wrapped. It was no other on there, so that like dashed it. But I was like, that's the only thing I can think of we both listened to and enjoyed. Actually, now that I'm looking at this, there is one thing that we actually might have crossover on, so I'm interested to see your thoughts. Anything else you want to say about Troye Sivan's album?
It was great. The only thing, one of the songs, I don't remember which one off the top of my head, but it has like a little high-pitched, like just little noises in the back of it. And the first time I listened to this album, I was on a plane and I kept hearing those and I thought it was some kid playing a video game with no headphones in the row behind me. And to this day, when I listen to that song, sometimes it gets me and I like freak out. So I don't love that. It's better than having sirens in a song, which also scares me.
Oh my god, I
Not
know.
great. Do you want to go first next?
Yeah, I want to go first next.
Okay.
I did just type this about 30 seconds ago because I realized I left it blank. And the only reason I picked this song is because I didn't think it was fair to pick a song off of Rush. trying to diversify my taste. So my favorite song released this year, and this might shock you, and it shocks me. Again, I did write this 30 seconds ago, but I do think it's a pretty solid answer. Is So Much for Stardust by Fall Out Boy.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I unfortunately really like that album. I have reasons.
Please.
There's like 3 songs on this album that I really like. The reason I went with So Much for Stardust is because Love from the Other Side and So Much for Stardust both quote, he says, "You were the sunshine of my lifetime. What would you trade the pain for?" I'm not sure. I don't know if you guys know this. I love any sort of sunshine reference, and that's repeated and I really like it because Love from the Other Side is the title, is like the first song on the album, and it has that in there, and then So Much for Stardust is the last track on the album, and it has that in there as well. And I went to see Fall Out Boy live, and they played it, and it just went really hard live. And then I listened to this song on a loop for a really long time. And I stand by it. The only other option for, like, my favorite song of the year, and this is just because it's, like, in my recent memory, which is the trouble with doing these, like, best of the year, because, like, I don't remember what I was doing in January. Not a clue. Would have probably been Valentine off of Deluxe Rush. And I was like, I don't want to do that again because we just talked about it. I'm not going to have many more thoughts to share. But it was really good, and it made me... Valentine made me really emo over something that is my nightmare, he says. I hold in my hand pictures of you, dream of the day you were eating for 2. I never want to be pregnant. I was very emo about that for a line for a minute.
God. Wow.
Yeah. I think you would like that one.
Okay. It's definitely on my list of, like, albums I should probably listen to at some stage, but I always just re-listen to things. I have to be in a mood to listen to something new.
Yeah. I also think part of it is, again, I heard it live first, and everything always goes harder live.
Mm-hmm.
You know
absolutely.
What else? Also, to be fair to So Much for Stardust, I really wanted to pick a song off of Unreal on Earth, but that just didn't feel right in my heart to pick one. So I had to stop looking at the track listing. Because, like, how do I decide what's better? He sings an entire song in Irish. There's one song called To Someone from a Warm Climate, and I don't know if we've met me. Okay, there's another song that's about, like, the loss of language and colonialism that we got really emo about, even though I didn't realize I had that many thoughts about it till we started discussing it. There's De Selby Part 2, which is just all great songs.
Part 2. There's,
Francesca.
Considered that album for some of these, and then I thought, I can't actually consider this album
I had it saved,
ever.
And I would look at, like, 3 of the songs and then go, I'll come back to this later.
Yeah. That only exists when I need it to exist. Otherwise, I don't think I can think about it at all. Okay. I did a last minute change of my already last minute list.
Okay.
And when I was going to make this change, I realized that the song was actually originally released in 2022. But I didn't listen to it until 2023, and I'm only learning right now that it was released on 2022. So
all right.
I'm saying I can do it. So when I first heard this song, I did not like it at all.
Oh boy.
I had a mean little critique to say about it on the show, and then I did not put it on my playlist. And then, along the course of human events, I played this full album, and I was like, oh my god, this song is actually good. And now it's made this list. It's Supermodel by Måneskin.
Really? Yeah, I didn't like that either. You're having me with 5 Seconds of Summer 5, because I did not like that album. That was a bad album, but it's not a bad album.
No, it's not. It's a pretty stand-up album. But
Supermodel's a good one. That's not even, like,
so good.
One of my top ones off that album, though. But that's fun. That's a fun song.
It's so good. And this year, I like that it turned itself around for me, you know?
Yeah.
We love an underdog.
I'm shocked. I skipped Supermodel.
Oh no, I love Supermodel.
I had something like that with Mamma Mia, because Mamma Mia at first I was like, this is fun. This is like a good song. It's fun. And then I was like, I've heard this song too many times. And now when Mamma Mia comes on, I love that song. Love that song.
So the next one is not our favorite, but also not our least favorite. It's our biggest letdown. And I decided to put this one on the list because I am a hater, and I know Kalina is too. But also, sometimes we're smart, and we can do both.
I always have evidence to back up my hating.
Me too. Which makes it not hating, it makes it critique, which makes us academics, actually. Okay, my biggest letdown of the year. And I also, at the end of this, so don't let me forget, I want to guess what yours is, because I think I know, based off what you said, but I would like to see if I'm right.
Okay.
Mine is Speak Now, Taylor's version.
Really?
To be fair, there were a lot of contenders for this because I love hating, but this one I picked exclusively because of the collab songs from The Vault.
They were definitely songs. And that is what I will say about that.
So the issue is, we have, what are they? We've got the kind of the main two I'm talking about in this are Electric Touch featuring Fall Out Boy and Castles Crumbling featuring Miss Hayley Williams. And here's the thing. You know me. You know what would speak to me.
Yes.
If these songs had done what I wanted them to do, I would be so annoying that I would have been kicked off the internet by now. Not just this show, the whole internet.
The whole internet.
And I thought a lot about it. I keep listening to these songs and I go back and forth between, well, I really like them, but I only like them if I can forget about what they are. And then I go, and then what they are just really pisses me off, because think about what it could have been. And I just get stuck in that loop, and I have been in that loop since July.
You don't put Hayley Williams on a song and not let her be Hayley Williams. I'm so like, oh, you know what? Actually, this is not my my like biggest letdown, but I'll put it as like an honorable mention. And I don't remember for sure if it was this year, but there's this girl, I think her name is Lauren Sanderson, and she did a song featuring Vic Fuentes from Pierce the Veil, and I was like, that's a banger, because like I've heard one Lauren Sanderson song I really liked. I like Vic Fuentes. Anything he's on is usually pretty good, and like she's got like enough of a rock and roll vibe, like punk rocky sort of vibe. I thought it would work. He does not sing on the song. How do you put Vic Fuentes, the lead singer of Pierce the Veil, on your song and have him not sing? I was texting my friend, and I was like, if I got Vic Fuentes to agree to feature on a song for me, I wouldn't even write a verse. I would just have him sing and tell him I was gonna add my bit in later. He just does a guitar. He just does a guitar solo in the middle of the song, and that's him featuring on the song. What's wrong with her? He's not even the lead guitarist in his own band. And if she was like, oh, featuring, oh, I think it's Tony plays the guitar, featuring Tony Perry of Pierce the Veil, I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. That is their function in the band. Vic Fuentes is the singer. That is, if nothing else, that is what that man does.
So my issue with these songs...
I'm so sorry. How do you do
I
that?
hadn't even gotten there yet. I didn't really realize how many feelings this would bring for you, so I guess I'm
Me
sorry I
neither.
didn't warn you.
You know what happened? I buried it for a really long time.
I can tell. Oh boy. Speak Now, when it originally came out in, I think, 2010. Yes, 2010. Is that Taylor Swift wrote every track by herself, by her lonesome, all Taylor Swift. Okay? The songs, great. This is the actual tracks, the album tracks of Speak Now. Some of my favorite Taylor Swift work. When pressed, I will typically say that Speak Now is my favorite Taylor Swift album. Okay?
Me too.
The first time Taylor Swift hurt me was when she did a song with Brendan Urie. And that's not even because he's got allegations. Because, not great. That also bad. That's not, I'm ignoring that for right now, but that is also bad. I want that on record. Why did they make a song like that? They could have made a song that was bad. Like, I needed
They could have made a song that was good.
And Taylor Swift to collab back when Ryan Ross was in Panic at the Disco. Like
We just need Ryan Ross,
Taylor
actually.
Swift song. Well, Taylor Swift doesn't even need to be there, and I'd like it. She could play the guitar in the back.
You see what I'm saying?
I do. Oh no, I agree. I just was. Anyway, so for the vault tracks off of Speak Now, Taylor's version, it's like Fall Out Boy is just singing on a Taylor Swift song. Fall Out Boy and Taylor Swift did not make a song together.
Right.
If they had made a song together, so good. If Hayley Williams had made a song with Taylor Swift together, so good. So I just wanted those songs to be what I wanted them to be.
Like, what? One, and this might be just me personally, I don't think Taylor Swift's style of music lends itself well to a collab. Like, for example, let's say Fall Out Boy wrote a song and just had Taylor Swift come sing a verse on it. And it's very clearly a Fall Out Boy song. But because of the genre, I think having this pop country voice come in would still work, even if they didn't write it together, whereas I don't think it works vice versa. And I'm trying to think of an idea of an example of, like, a collab that I think is really good, but nothing's coming to me right now. Besides, Pierce the Veil's on my mind. Yeah, yes, go for it.
Another little collab annoyance I would like to talk about. If you're gonna make a song with somebody, it all goes back to just make a song with them. Please don't dangle a Noah Kahan, Casey Musgraves collab in front of me like a little carrot and then say, just kidding, she's just singing background vocals of a song that already exists, and her verse is maybe 15 seconds long, and most of it are words that already exist. And guess what? It's all set to a song that already exists. Okay?
What's an example of, like, a good collab? I'm trying to think. Like, I'm only thinking of bad ones. Like 5 Seconds of Summer and Julia Michaels.
Ugh.
Horrendous. Terrible
Awful.
collab.
If you're
Say Something, A Great Big World, and Christina Aguilera. Bad, because she just sings the verse that is already there.
What's a good collab? There's a Taylor Swift song that's a good collab. I just don't remember who it's with. And I don't expect you to have. It's called Renegade.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I've ever heard of that in my life.
With Big Red Machine.
Those are words.
Yeah.
And you're saying them.
That's a really good. I also have I don't have this theory. Somebody told me one of their theories about Taylor Swift's collabs, and I fear if I say it online, we'll get something bad will happen. So if you remember, I'll tell you after, and I think you'll agree.
Okay.
But sorry.
This is kind of like not a great... Oh, no. You know what's a great example of a good collab? I've got it. Airplanes by B.O.B. featuring Hayley Williams.
Such a good collab.
He lets Hayley Williams sing like Hayley Williams. Hayley Williams is an insane vocalist. You don't have her on a song and just have her sing what you could by yourself sing.
Yeah.
If she couldn't hit those notes and do the insane things she I would understand if you have her on a song and she just sings the exact same words you could have sang by yourself. But she's Haley Williams. Have you heard
have something there
All
to
I
use,
Wanted
and
Was
you
You?
need to use it.
Like, what is the point of asking her to be on it if you're just not going to utilize it to its full potential? It's like if someone lets you drive their like really expensive car, and you get 2 days to use it. I would be bebopping around the country in that thing just to.
Just say I did it.
God.
Yeah.
Just went and roam it up, and oh my God, yeah, I was very. I don't think I like listened to either of those two songs in their entirety when we reviewed that album because I was like,
you're missing
this
nothing.
is not what I wanted, and they're bad.
Yeah. Nope. You don't need to. Can I guess yours?
My biggest letdown, yeah.
Is it Guts?
It is Guts, yeah. Although I think in retrospect it might have been that song with Big Fuentes on it. But we're not talking about that. Yeah, no, it's Guts. I didn't the reason it's such a letdown, which we talked about when we did the show on it, is I didn't expect to like Sour so much, and I really liked it. And so I didn't necessarily think Guts was going to be so much better, but I thought I would like it in an equal amount, and I didn't like it at all. I think I might have one song off of that playlist, off of that album added to my playlist.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just, I I think she kind of fell into, this is what I expected Sour to sound like. So it happens a lot. A lot of times artists make albums. This is what happened with 5 Seconds of Summer for me for a little bit, where their sound was kind of dancing between two genres and two areas, and they just kind of leaned more into the side I didn't like as much.
See, I liked Guts exactly as much as I liked Sour, but I didn't love either of them.
Yeah. I don't think I loved Sour. I just liked it a lot more than I didn't think I was gonna like it at all. So I liked it a lot more than I thought it was, and I added more than one song off of there to my playlist.
Okay, that's
I'm sitting here scrolling through my playlist trying to come up with a good collab.
The deluxe version, not the deluxe tracks, but the unreleased, whatever secret vinyl.
That was what we were talking about.
Of Sour.
Those should have been
of Guts. They should have been on the album.
There's so many songs off of Guts I would have taken off.
Kicked out. Yeah.
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 Okay, I got another good collab. The Machine Gun Kelly and Halsey collab, off of Tickets to My Downfall. Forget Me Too. That one's good.
Okay. Yeah. That is good.
They're similar genres, but I think they're different enough that they do have to work to make it work. But
one of the funniest collabs is there's an all-time low Black Bear and Demi Lovato song where Black Bear's verse is just a verse from another Black Bear song.
Unfortunately, I have to respect that because rather than singing a verse all-time low already wrote, he was like, I kind of wrote a banger a little while ago. I'm just gonna throw that.
And
also, any song Black Bear features on, unfortunately, it's like
automatically
Drake.
So
I might not like every Drake song. Any song Drake features on is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, any song Black Bear features on is... Because, what is it? I didn't think I'd like the Black Bear and Machine Gun Kelly song Grew On Me. I didn't used to like it.
Me too. The Black Bear TMG song shouldn't be good.
Yes, it should.
Yes, it should. Yes, it should. I'm so sorry. It should.
Great example.
It is.
Good collab.
It's as good as it could be. I genuinely think that. Yeah.
I bump that all the time.
Me too. It's
5
so
foot something, and my bills all paid.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. You want to go first for the next one?
Sure. Okay. The next one is our favorite movie of the year. Now,
released this year.
Now, that alone put me in a little bit of a bind. So, movies I saw this year that came out this year. You People, not a contender on this list at all.
I forgot that movie existed, actually.
You are so not invited to my bat mitzvah. Also, not even a contender on this list. So sorry, Adam Sandler. I watched No Hard Feelings with Jennifer Lawrence and some teenager. Did not make the list even a little bit. Wasn't even... Forgot I watched it, okay? So, that leaves the other two movies I've seen this year. Got Barbie, and we've got the movie I watched yesterday.
Yes, I was gonna say. I think I know what won.
The movie I watched yesterday, Saltburn. So, I'm already coming in not a great list. The only real contenders on there are Barbie and Saltburn. And it's Saltburn, but let me tell you why it's not Barbie.
Because
I saw
have you
Barbie.
seen Jacob Elordi?
I liked Barbie. Jacob Elordi is the only person, not even the only man, the only person I have ever seen pull off an eyebrow piercing. Do you know how difficult it is to... It's never been done before. I mean, even Luke Hemmings, his nose ring, God rest its soul, did not do for me lip ring. He didn't have... No, it was Michael who had the...
Michael had an eyebrow. Yeah,
Michael had an eyebrow piercing. They have to sit through your eyebrows so perfectly to not look stupid. And that just doesn't happen. When you're a Jacob Elordi, it does. And look, I can't say too much because Kalina has not seen this film yet. I get it, okay?
I think the first thing I ever heard about Saltburn was a little TikTok ad. It was a little trailer. And the first thing I saw, and I'm watching it. Blah, 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 blah. It's going through, okay? 5 seconds in, Jacob Elordi, eyebrow ring. I sent that to Eleanor. I didn't watch the rest of it. I sent that to Eleanor, and I was like, I have to see this. Because I love Barry Keoghan. Mostly because he's Irish. But also, I don't know, there's something about him. And then Jacob Elordi, eyebrow ring. Now, I will say, up until about a month ago, I was not on the Jacob Elordi train. I get he's cute, he's tall, and we all know I love a tall man. Okay, tall will do a lot for me. But like,
Tall will do a lot for him too.
they'll do a lot for him. But like, he was like tall and like he's a solid looking guy.
He looks so solid. You could just take a bite out of him, you know?
But I was like, he's a cute guy, get it. And then his PR, I don't know what his PR people have been doing, but it's working, okay? I am in love with that man. His little, and his little, I don't know, he just seems like a nice, chill dude. He does a lot of like I've seen a lot of like photo shoots and magazine things he does, and he just seems like a chill guy. Very in touch with his feminine side.
Fine.
He has an eyebrow ring.
I also saw a tweet that said something along the lines of, I'm sensing for a lot of you that Saltburn is your first weird movie. And unfortunately, that is me. But to be fair, it's also one of my first movies. So I get a pass.
I am not in the camp Eleanor's in, where I think Jacob Elordi's the first person to look good with an eyebrow ring. However,
He is,
I
but
think
go-
it is
go
very
on.
difficult to look good with an eyebrow ring, and I do think he's the best looking person with an eyebrow, or the eyebrow ring looks better on him than it has looked on anyone ever in their lives.
Okay, I'll take that.
I'm pretty sure in Victorious that girl had an eyebrow ring.
I don't like eyebrow rings on women almost ever. I'm really sorry for having that opinion. Generally, I do love women and everything they do. But that's just not
eyebrow
for
ring?
me.
It's like for me, like a nose ring. I love a nose ring on a man. I think it depends on the man, but I think a nose ring, I'd say like 30% of the time, at worst, looks good on a dude.
Wow.
Would you go lower?
I would go... I mean, I think really what I'm discovering right here, right now, as we talk about
piercings?
this, I don't think I like piercings very much. I think like
Uh,
you've got, I think a bridge piercing, if you can pull them off, instantly makes you sexy. But that's kind of the only
oh, you
piercing
want to
I
hear
think that is.
the worst one I think is really hot. And I'm embarrassed by this. I know it's bad. I don't think I should
Yes.
tell you.
I
Yes.
think you should.
A tongue ring on a man. Purely because I will tell you why. There was this guy we knew in college who was tall and not ugly. But the only time I thought he was hot is sometimes he would talk and then you couldn't see it all the time. But sometimes you could tell he had a tongue ring and I don't know what that did for me. I will tell you later. But it really worked. And unfortunately, I find a tongue ring not all the time, but like if I get a hint of one being there.
You're going to tell me who it is, and I'm going to feel like the dumbest person in the entire land.
No, you wouldn't
No?
notice. I knew the guy
Okay.
for like it was like several months before I noticed it. I do think part of it was because he was taller than me, so it's not like I can see in his. You're not looking in someone's mouth when they're talking, but like,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, tongue ring.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
What are your thoughts on earrings?
I think earrings are almost always a positive.
I think regardless of gender, for me personally, the more earrings you have, 9 times out of 10, the better.
Yeah. Also, like, anytime somebody wears any form of cross jewelry,
Really?
oh,
Ooh, I like a pinky ring
Yeah.
on a man. Which I thought was totally normal, and then last week I met someone and he had a pinky ring, and we were like in this group exercise, and the girl there was like, pinky ring on men mean different things. I was like, I think it's great, and I think you should keep it up.
see, I'm not as specific as pink earrings, but I do like a loaded ring look. But also, like, that, you don't want to get me started on that because we'll be here for quite a while and you'll learn things you don't want to know. And I'm just creating more work for you because you edit these things, and you'd have to redact most of it.
I don't like. I got specific with pinky ring because I like stacked ring looks as well. However, that's the same reason I was like, I need to hold off on the tongue ring thing because we'll be here for a while. I like a stacked ring look as well, but I don't think everyone does it well. I think sometimes they just put on a bunch of rings to say they have a bunch of rings on.
Yeah,
So I'll get
it
as
has to be
specific as a
done well.
pinky ring. Yeah, I'll get as specific as a pinky ring because I just think like a pinky ring by itself is just like, that's a power move. Not many men can pull it off, but like if you do it,
Yeah.
you got it.
Also, like, any, like, painted nails or, like, your nails just being done at all, even if they're, like, acrylics, just, like, having your nails done, I think works anywhere from, like chipped nail polish to, like full sets. Like, I don't know. Those always look
Yeah.
good, too.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Saltburn, I think.
Jacob Elordi had an eyebrow ring.
Yeah,
It was a
Jacob Elordi
movie.
had an eyebrow ring. It was a good movie. I like movies that don't necessarily, like, they don't have to shock me for the twist to be good, but it has to be executed well. And this was a very, very well executed movie, I think.
I was saying, because I'm excited to watch it, and from what I've heard about it, I was like, I think I like movies. I did a media degree, and I wanted to direct. But if you ask me what I watch, I don't watch anything. I just think I like movies that are more about vibe. I think you can say something without every single shot and line and costume choice having to be this, like, well thought out, deep thing. That's a good answer. I don't even know. Yeah, favorite movie released this year. That's what we were talking about.
Yes.
My favorite movie released this year, I think, is the only movie I watched that was released this year. Because I did not see Barbie, and I have not seen Saltburn yet. And yep, those are all the reasons. And this kind of touches on what we were talking about yesterday, about activities that we think unfortunately are embarrassing, but also if we participate in them, we would really like them.
Yep.
And my favorite movie that was released this year was Five Nights at Freddy's, because I'm pretty sure that's the only movie I saw. It's like the first time I've been to a movie theater in years. And I went with my brother because he's played Five Nights at Freddy's. And I was like, that seems like fun. We do a little monthly sibling date. So that was our sibling date that month.
That's cute.
A little pre-birthday thing. And I was like, I like Josh Hutcherson. I like Matthew Lillard. I like a spooky movie. And it was good. I actually really enjoyed it.
Okay.
I think I liked it because I'm coming into it with no knowledge of Five Nights at Freddy's, and I thought it was an enjoyable movie from that perspective. And then my brother also, who has played more than one of them, thought it was like well done lore wise. So I thought it was like a movie for everyone involved.
Okay.
And it wasn't gory. Yeah.
I don't think I'd watch that movie.
Yeah, it was a little more jump scary. It wasn't very gory anyway, so I liked it. And I really liked I thought the animatronics, and also what sold me on the movie is the like main song in the movie is Talking in Your Sleep by the Romantics, which I love that song. That song's a banger.
I think, actually, this has nothing to do with what you're saying, but it's just a little fun fact. Me seeing Barbie was the first time I'd been in a movie theater since you and I went to see Avengers. We saw it,
Really?
Infinity War, I think it was. Or no, I think it was Endgame. Yeah. That was the last that was 5 years of not going to a movie theater.
I keep seeing this audio on TikTok from that movie, The Isle of Dogs or Isle of Lost Dogs, whichever one it is. And I'm having I just had a very repressed memory come back to me of I went to go see that movie with, I don't want to say his name on the internet, but you know our friend in Ireland who every time we said his name, he'd appear?
Yes.
Yeah, I went to see that movie with him, and I just remember, if you had asked me if I'd seen that movie, I would have said no. And then it just came back to me like a vision. And I'm trying to figure out why I went to see it with him and you weren't there. That's what's throwing me off.
Did we all go see Winnie the Pooh together?
Oh my god, we went and saw Winnie the Pooh together. Because I remember seeing that movie, but I don't remember what the context was. There it is.
Wow, I guess I have seen movies.
Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you that. I keep meaning to tell you about it.
Okay.
But that was my favorite movie released this year, Five Nights at Freddy's. What was, do you want to do the next one? I can do the next one first, actually. I'm pretty excited about this next one.
Yeah, please.
My TV show that I liked the most. Now, did this have to be released this year? Because...
no, I wrote it like that on purpose.
Gosh. Good, because I don't know if I watched it.
Because I wouldn't, yeah.
My favorite TV show from this year was Ted Lasso. Which I do think might have finished this year. But I started watching it last year. And then, yes, the last season came out this year because I had to wait to finish it. And I liked it a lot. I think it's still something I watched the most consistently. Like I said, I was excited for the last season to come out. I'm still working on The Bear, but I haven't finished The Bear, so I didn't think that was fair to throw it in the running. I just thought it was positive. It was not stupid, but it's something that was kind of vibes wise, but had meaning and character growth and really good character growth and believable issues. But at the same time, it was fun and nothing was that high stakes.
Okay, I've only heard good things about that.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd like it that much. I usually throw shows on as a background thing, but I really got into it.
I think I had the first season downloaded so I could watch on the plane going somewhere, but either I completely forgot I had it or I just never pulled out my iPad or something, but it's on my list.
You have Apple TV?
Yeah, I do.
There is a show on there that I don't know if I watched it this year or last year. It's got Taron Egerton in it, and it's I don't know if you'd like it that much. It's called Blackbird, I think. And basically, he goes to jail for, like, drugs and being a rich guy who sucks, right? And so, but basically, like, to get time reduced off of his sentence, he agrees to go undercover in this, like, maximum security prison to try and get this guy to confess to these murders. I thought it was really good. Yeah. And also, it's Taron Egerton. I'm like, love that guy.
I watched, I think, an episode or two of that Apple TV show Severance. And it's got Adam Scott in it, and I'll kind of watch anything with Adam Scott in it. But I watched 2 episodes and then completely forgot that it existed.
I want to watch the one with Keegan-Michael Key and Cecily Strong, I think it is, and Dove Cameron's in there. It's like, it's got some stupid name. It's a musical show.
Oh.
Schmadoon, something like that.
Oh, yeah. No, I know. I don't know the name of it. I know what you're talking about.
Like, I don't want to watch it, but I want to watch it. I'm fascinated by Dove Cameron, kind of like how you look at butterflies under glass, except she's not trapped. I can't come up with a good analogy. I'm fascinated by her, and I want to study her. Yeah. But not out of interest, out of fear almost. She scares me. Not in a bad way. I'm just like, I think if she spoke to me,
what you're saying.
I think I would melt.
Yeah.
If she looked at me.
Yeah. No, I get you. And you're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a little upset we're never getting the Powerpuff Girls.
I watched her like, it was like my first, I think it was something like that, one of those sort of videos, and she's like, oh yeah, I'll tell you guys about the plot of the Powerpuff Girls, and her team was like,
no you won't. And
she's like, oh, did I sign an NDA? Oh, it was Ask Me Anything, because she goes, you can ask me anything, I just apparently can't answer. And she was like, I was really proud of it, and I want to see it so I could be a hater? Yes, but I did want to see it very badly.
Yeah.
Especially when they shot stuff and then the previews went so badly they had to go back and reshoot. And apparently that also didn't go well because the show's not coming out. Mm-hmm. I'm so curious. Also, I know this is going to ruin your day, but it's the last day of the year, so when we're recording this. So you can leave this in 2023. Why is she with the guy from Måneskin? I cannot... That's not good for my mental health.
I am the one who broke that news to you.
Yeah, but I heard about it first, but I knew how you would take it. So I kept it in here. So I appreciate you giving me the same concern.
Mm-hmm. I'm not acknowledging it, though, is the thing, and I'm doing really well. Sometimes there are couples that are together, not even celebrity couples, like you and I know some of these personally, where it's like, I just want to know what they talk about.
Oh my God. What do we talk about?
Yeah, I do think people wonder that about us because, well, we've met us.
I think people either think we just have like really highbrow conversations, or they've heard like snippets of us and they just think we argue all the time.
I think like the worst and most telling like assumption that's ever been made about us is one time somebody saw the Instagram for our radio show and just first thought, best thought you and I had a shared Instagram.
For our relationship, to clarify.
Yeah, like
and
we
the person
ran
was like, that's
a
cool. I was
couple's
just
vlog channel. So, like basically was the intent of the account.
The worst part is it took like, I think we had to explain it to them that wasn't, after they had met us. We had to explain that's not the case.
And today I posted a tweet from, because how it works is Kalina mostly runs our socials, and then I have like my own accounts as well, and so does she. But some platforms like TikTok, you run that account and you don't have your own personal account. I have my own personal account on those. I posted a tweet that you did on my Instagram story, and then after about 2 hours, I looked at it again, and I had to change it so they didn't see that the Twitter name was both of our names, so that people didn't think we ran a joint. Because I don't think enough people know that we do this for me to just have that up there raw.
The reason I wrote the tweet like that is because it's so much easier than going, my best friend and podcast host.
Oh, no. I had to give so much context. I laughed out loud. My specific issue was just that it kind of looked like we ran a Twitter account together.
Yeah.
And I wanted to just not field those questions again.
I was wondering why you would put the text at that weird angle. I was wondering about that.
Because I originally didn't have it like that, and I switched it because I was like, that's going to come off. We're going to have another... Yeah.
I've just fully leaned into it now, really.
Me too.
If you don't care to... Like, I had one person who... one of our, TikToks popped up in her For You page. And she's like, I kind of know her. And she's like, oh my God, I didn't know we were a lesbian. And I was like, and I said, and I just liked the message and it did not. I just liked what happened? She screenshotted the TikTok. And to be fair, I think it was something that was like.
No, it's a totally fair assumption. I don't think you even have to
No, it wasn't this, but it was, the one that's like, oh, me with blonde hair, me with black hair. It was it was something like that. And I just liked the screenshot and didn't respond. And then she was like, how long have you guys been together? And I was like, we met 5 years ago. It's been a while since we've seen each other, though. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. And I was like, yeah, that's okay. And, technically I didn't lie to her.
No, you did not.
Just didn't offer any extra information.
I call you my wife because it's the easiest thing to do for my own sanity.
Yeah. I was talking about your dogs the other day, and I was like, yeah, my partner's dogs were trying to crawl on the bed, and they think they're small, but they're not. We're talking about how big dogs always think they're lap dogs.
Yeah, my dogs are small, but sure.
They're small when it's just you in the bed.
Now it's extra fun because I can start sentences with, yeah, my partner, and sometimes people think I'm talking about you, and sometimes people think I'm talking about my partner. And I refuse to clarify. I will not.
They're like, I thought Kalina was in Florida.
Yeah. Or it's so great. Because people, they'll remember the big things. I know vaguely who at my work, has a husband. I can keep track of that. I don't remember details. But I'm feeding so many conflicting details. And it's so fun for me. I'm having so much fun.
Especially because I already sound pretty fake, so they're just like, this is probably all just one person.
Too. I love how fake you sound. It is really, truly one of my favorite things about you.
Thank you. One of my favorite things about you is that you don't watch TV shows. So I'm really curious to see what your TV show, or your favorite TV show of the year was.
So, I have two.
That's cheating, but okay.
Yes, it is. But I don't think one of them didn't come out. Well, I guess the season finished this year. And the other one, I don't remember when it came out. So it might have been last year. But it's two shows that I started this year and really liked. The first one is a Hulu original titled What We Do in the Shadows. And by original, I mean it's based off a movie. But it's on Hulu. It's just enjoyable. I love a sitcom. It's one of the first new sitcoms I've been excited about and have continued watching. I know it's not new. I think it's got 3 or 4 seasons, but I first started it this year from the advice of one of my coworkers, and she was right, and it was really good. And the other honorable mention is Abbott Elementary.
Oh, yeah, I want to watch.
It's just some stand-up work. Again, love a workplace sitcom. Those shows are both basically workplace sitcoms. It's okay to have a type.
We're a workplace sitcom. I think TV shows is a very one of the clearest distinctions between where you like media and where I like media, because I don't love a sitcom. I'm not a sitcom girly. However, that being said, I have been watching a lot of Psych since I've come home, but just because we don't have cable anymore, so I can't watch. We don't have Xfinity, so I can't watch Law and Order. And Psych was on Prime. But then after at one time, usually we watch TV when my mom does my hair, and she said, "I'm not watching that show, so I'm not allowed to put it on anymore." Not because she doesn't like, because every time she watches the show, she laughs. But I just think we've seen it too much.
Yeah, that's fair.
So take a little break.
This is one of the first years where I haven't been able to rewatch Law and Order SVU or Criminal Minds. And I'm just like a little burnt out on them.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think, do you have an answer for the next one?
I do.
Okay.
I don't remember what your category was, but we threw in a random category for each of us. Mine was favorite book of the year, because Eleanor doesn't know how to read, I don't think. I don't have any evidence to the contrary.
I've never read anything in my life. I bought a book in February, and I'm still reading it.
Yeah, my mom and I's goal was to read 25 books each. I think I've read about 30. She's read 10. 7 of those were in the last 2 months. So, I mean, girl power. But also, not really pulling her weight here, you know? My favorite book of the year was Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, which is really funny because I read that book in February and I was like, yep, this is it. It's not getting better than this. It was just a really good book. It's about these two friends who kind of fall in and out of each other's lives throughout their lives as they grow up. They meet when they're younger and just as they get older. Kind of in and out of each other's lives, but they make video games together as they get older. And it's about the relationship between the two of them, and I am such a big person on platonic relationships and like being equally valid, if not more valid, expressions of love. And one of the quotes in there is like, he's like, it's not romantic love, because everyone always thinks they're dating. He's like, it's not romantic love, it's something deeper. Like there's something more to it than that. And I always say this about me and Eleanor. I think honestly we would sully what we have if we were romantically involved. I think it would be easier for us if we were romantically involved, but alas, it is not in the cards for us. And I just think it would be lessened by that. And just the relationships they form outside of each other, and how that impacts their relationship with each other, but also their relationship with each other, and how working on something together and being friends and like partners in this way is such a significant portion of their lives. I think you can tell why I like this book. Even like coming like how it ties them together. Even when they're upset with each other, they always find their way back to each other. And then also it made me cry, which I never cried in a book, but there was
no way.
Not because of the thing is not even because of that. There was a character I really liked, another character, and there's just like a little plot line that follows him and had me bawling, and I had to put the book down for a little while. But yeah, it was Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. Honorable mention to Kill a Mockingbird.
Okay.
It was good.
Solid. Did you read To Kill a Mockingbird for the first time this year?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I also read I read Dracula and I read Frankenstein. I try to like switch up, so I'll read like a nonfiction. I'll read a classic. I read a couple of romance novels, which I have never done, and I can't promise I will do it again, but I tried. So I read Dracula and I read Frankenstein. I read To Kill a Mockingbird this year, and I liked them all a lot. But To Kill a Mockingbird, I think, was my favorite.
Well, you did name your cat after it, so that makes sense.
Well, no, that was because I was stuck on a name, and To Kill a Mockingbird is just a lot longer than the other two books, and I was in it for a while. I said, Atticus, that's a solid sounding name. He's not living up to the name, let me tell you, okay?
Be nice
Atticus
to him.
is supposed to be smart, and Atticus ran face first into the glass door yesterday.
Anyway,
full speed.
I don't know if this next category is for both of us or for me, but I'm going to answer it mostly to get you to stop being mean to your cute little cat. To the best place we traveled. I took this as like we individually, because you and I only went to like 3 places together this year. I went to Almaty in Kazakhstan for the first time this year, and I loved it. And an honorable mention, I also got to go back to Ireland again this year, and I
didn't even make the list on the honorable mention. My God.
And also I went to Budapest.
Nope. You're not gonna like my answer.
What's your
favorite
answer?
place I went to this year was Budapest. Not because you were there. It was just we did fun things.
We did.
I was gonna say Germany.
River cruise.
I liked Germany. Germany was really nice. I went there this year. I went to Hamburg, I want to say. But that's wrong. But anyway, I went to Germany for a tournament, and it was nice, and we saw some cool stuff, but it was very rainy the whole time we were there. It was like January, February. So I was like coming like not even touching, like tiptoeing our way to spring. So it was just rainy and kind of gross. So I just, Hungary when we went had really good weather. And we went on the Ferris wheel, and we went on the boat cruise, and we went to McDonald's. And
we went to the zoo.
We got lost. I sat in the bed and ate a tray full of nuts and dried fruit that Eleanor bought me. She fell asleep several times.
Yeah, part of it was I was very sick when we were in Budapest. So I feel like I would have enjoyed it a little bit more if I hadn't been sick.
Sure. That's what she said.
It's true. I fell asleep. I probably slept 12 hours a day.
She did. We'd be watching stuff, asleep. I'd be in the middle of talking to her, asleep.
Yeah.
Or on the bus to Slovakia, asleep.
To be fair, that was like a middle of the night bus.
That's not my point. My point is you were sleeping a lot. Okay. You only have so many hours to see me, and your eyes were closed for a good portion of them.
Yes, they were. And do I regret it? I don't know. I was too zonked out to know if I had fun. No, I did have fun. We're planning some exciting adventures for next year too, so.
We are.
Most of them are grilled cheese related.
I think those are all our categories though, unless you got a wild card for me.
I do actually.
Oh yeah.
What was your best concert of the year?
Oh, my best concert of the year. Well, now I want to change my answer because you were very rude to me in your favorite place. But it's fine. I'll say I won't take it back. It was 5 Seconds of Summer with Eleanor. And no offense to you, Eleanor, even if you weren't there, it would have been my best concert because I don't know if you guys know this, but they played Wrapped Around Your Finger when I saw them. And that's the best 5 Seconds of Summer song ever. So.
Not to steal Kalina's answer. My favorite concert was also 5 Seconds of Summer. I didn't go to very many concerts this year.
I was gonna say I went to 3, so.
I also went to 3, but this one was by far the best.
We got the whole
and
one of my concerts. Best friends.
One of my concerts was opening night of the Eras tour, and I still preferred 5 Seconds of Summer. So.
Yeah. Is it because I was like, take me out of the equation? Still better? You can be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went hard. Even if you were,
I could have
been there by myself. I could have been there with someone I hated. I would have had a great time.
The set list was a lot more solid.
Wrapped Around Your Finger alone would have sold me, but that Jet Black Heart live, she looked so perfect live. Bad Omens live, just
so many close-ups of them playing their instruments. Just
Callum Hood was in the same space as me. And listen, I think God knew I was coming to that show because Callum Hood wore a t-shirt for that one and not the cutoff tank he was wearing for a lot of the other shows. Because I might have done something illegal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that's all I can think of. The best concert was the only one I thought we'd have overlap, but I thought you might choose Fall Out Boy for that.
No, of course not. Fall Out Boy was good, but I know more 5 Seconds of Summer songs and I like them more. Okay. And also you have any? But I'm trying very hard to be like.
Yeah, objective, all about the facts.
Yep.
Do you have any last minute categories?
No. Well, some stuff we're excited for because I don't think we can squeeze it. Also, we've been here for long enough, so let's just make it longer.
Yeah.
What are you excited for? Any concerts next year? Any movies? Any TV?
Yeah, there is a concert I'm really excited for next year. I'm gonna go see Taylor Swift. And I'm gonna get to go to Scotland to do that. And it's really nice because the concert is the day before my mom's birthday, and I'm taking my mom. And we were gonna go to Scotland for a concert for my birthday, when I turned 21, which, for everybody who doesn't know, I turned 21 in March of 2020. So I did not go to Scotland. I did not even go to the grocery store. I went to my living room. So that'll be fun.
I'm going to go see Hosier in May, and I'm very excited. That might lose my mind a little bit. If he, like, in my head, I know he's 6'6", right? And, like, I know he sounds really nice. I think if I have to be confronted with both of those facts in front of my own eyes,
it's going to be bad for you.
Insufferable. Yeah. So be prepared.
Television-wise, I don't know really any new shows.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get confirmation on what's happening with Euphoria. I feel like we all know we're not getting another season of that, but
yeah, for sure.
I'm curious to see, like, if that will be announced at all, or if they'll just try to make us forget. Like they tried to make us forget that Rue owed $10,000 and just nobody ever spoke of it again.
I was scrolling through our old tweets and I retweeted someone that was like, Rue's walking around like Joe Biden, like she doesn't owe people money.
Yeah.
I was really excited, while I have you here. This contender for my favorite book of the year was The Legendborn Cycle by Tracy Dion, which is like it's like Percy Jackson, but with the Knights of the Round Table, and the main character is this black girl, and it's like young adult. She's like doing like a college program, but she's like technically still in high school, and it's really good. It's so good. And the third book was supposed to be coming out this year, and it got pushed to next year. And also the third book was supposed to be the last book, and now there's going to be a fourth book. And like while I want there to be more of the story, I might die before then, and I need it to come out sooner. So I'm excited for more news about that. And then I don't know any movies or like TV shows coming out, even music coming out next year.
But I'm excited to see what we talk about next year. I never know what's going to come out of our mouths.
Yeah. That's the best part. It's a surprise for everybody. I'm excited for more conversations and more of Eleanor's face, hopefully in the same room as me more often.
Yes.
And
hopefully.
More media. One of my goals for next year is to watch 12 new movies, as in 12 movies I haven't seen before, because I don't think I hit 12 this year. I probably watched like 4 of them. I
definitely didn't. My goal is to watch 1. This has been Eleanor.
This has been Kalina. We'll see you next. Well, it is Happy New Year. Stay safe. Yeah. Wish you all the best. Don't be a stranger. We'll be here.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening. Don't quote me on that. One day we'll have an outro, but it's not today.